All right, Ethan, whenever you're ready, buddy.
Okay. Do you want to buy a powerful resource that is a great source of heat if you use it wisely, which employs 1.2 million people in the USA? Well, that's why natural gas is great. So this is why I think you should invest in our natural gas. Now, I will list 4 great things about it. You'll think natural gas is as great as I do because it heats home, is helping maintain a stable environment, and is very abundant, so it will last a very long time, 93 years. And that is only in the USA. We still have tons of energy like in China or some countries in Europe. First evidence. Natural gas keeps nearly 60 million, more than half, American homes heated because natural gas is the fuel of choice in so many American households. Improvements in residential energy efficiency can significantly reduce natural gas usage nationwide. Residential customers can reduce their energy use and lower their monthly bills, while customers can reduce their energy use and lower their monthly bills while improving the comfort of their homes by choosing higher efficiency products with replacing heat and water heating equipment. Can be used to make plastics, chemicals, fertilizers, and hydrogen. I believe that this is good because it is employing more people and is making this cheaper than other ways it was. So now we are making these things faster and better. I agree that plastic does have an effect on the environment because people are littering. But Americans are still working on that and are trying to do their best. Chemicals, the chemicals that it makes are good chemicals because they are being used maybe for medicine or keeping crops alive. Fourth evidence, widely used, contributes 21% of the world's energy production today. And here's a site that I showing how true this is. Wait, which one do we use?
That one. I'll give it up there.
I think we're okay. Let's see if it's hard to see. I think you typed the address in wrong, kiddos, because it's plugged into the internet. The Wi-Fi, they just turned on, so it's fine to try it that way, but I think they typed it in wrong.
Wait, can I walk around with the computer? Because I can get it on here.
Sure, you're allowed to do anything you'd like.
I got it.
Not impressed.
Do you want me to see?
So, widely used contributes 21% of the world's energy production today. And here's a site that's showing how true this is. So, right here it says, widely used contributes 21% of the world's energy production today. The only thing that contributes more energy is coal and oil. Those are still very important, but the fact that natural gas contributes 21% is almost that you can't live without it because it is powerful and is very abundant. And if you have a lot of it, and it is one of the most powerful energy sources in the USA, then you're set. Because it is also clean and does not commit too much pollution over the years. So this is another strong reason that natural gas is great for your household. My final reason that natural gas is great is because it is abundant. Many decades of supply. Is one reason you can invest in it and keep your investment for a while. Plus it is cheap, and if you buy loads of it now, store it, and when it's worth a lot of money, sell it. This is a great way to make a fortune out of natural gas. I believe that this is a great fossil fuel, and in the last few years have been blasting above how good it was supposed to be. Less explosions, less pollution, and I believe you should consider investing because it employs tons of workers that help the economy. It helps keep people warm in their houses, which is why it is almost a thing you have to do because it is part of Americans' lifestyle. It also contributes 21% of Americans' energy. I believe that this is the greatest energy we have seen in a while. Done.
Very good. Yep.
Tidal and current power is the best energy source there is. There is tons of reasons, and we'll give you 4 great reasons right now. Our energy source will go on forever. It is perpetual. That means it will go on forever without us having to mine or anything like that. There is a low cost in the long run. There are only 2 major expenses. Think of this. Tidal energy power plant. Tidal energy turbines are super reliable. They will go on for 100 years before you have to get a new one. Tidal energy does not pollute. Unlike other big name energy sources, it does not emit CO2. Common sense, guys. Look at all these amazing reasons. Tidal and current power is the best. We are confident that we will not lose. Done.
Okay. So they went first. Does anybody want to go first for arguments? Nobody really had the choice.
We'll go for it.
Okay. All right. Whenever you're ready. Who's our people? Charlie, you're doing the timer. So remember that it's as soon as I tell them it's their turn, you start it, and whenever they say done it, you stop it and you start for the next team. All right. Whenever you're ready, kiddos. Make sure you're loud enough that all the judges can hear.
Natural gas can explode, and it can explode anywhere at any time, and it's very dangerous for people.
You have to say done if you're done.
Done.
It might be explosive, but humans are containing that really well and have not had a disaster for a while.
And we have a site about that one.
Yeah.
Okay, you can pause the timer if they're actively doing it. Judges, be very proud of people who are using the sites. That was something that you were all allowed to do.
I think I can get it here.
So organization's important too, so think about quick ways. Yeah.
We have it right here. But
Uh-huh.
we can't.
But didn't you put all the links like on a Google Doc or something?
Yeah.
So why don't you open your Google Doc on there?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be smart?
It's not.
Wait till leave Sam alone.
There. Okay, we got it.
I've actually forgotten what the argument was. Can you guys remind me?
Other explosions.
Explosion.
It's explosive.
Okay, thank you.
Um. So. So natural gas. That's for energy source. Natural gas. Wait.
So that stands for deaths per terawatt hours by energy sources. So that means for as long as we've been using the energy source, it's dividing the number of deaths per as long as we've been using it. So you don't want to punish something that's been around for 100 years because they've had more deaths than something that's been around for 1 year. Do you get it? Mm-hmm. So it divides the number of hours we've gotten out of it by the number of deaths we've had.
So natural gas. Wait, Mr. Solars.
I can't read it.
Is it? Well.
That's natural gas.
Okay. So
You can zoom, that's fine,
It only
look.
says 21, and ours has been around for a very.
But it's 21 deaths per terawatt hours. So that you would divide that somehow. It's not 21 deaths forever.
I know.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying there was 21 deaths. Sorry.
Well, personally, I think that's really good Because recently it's been oh wait, what am I saying? This isn't the one. It's this one. It's this because this is percent of energy production.
Ah,
This
so let's
is,
see that.
So it's only 4. We only have 4 deaths.
Read those titles at the bottom, please.
Oh.
No, the bottom.
Oh, deaths per TWH.
Terawatt hour.
And so
And what's the bottom of the other one?
percent of world energy production.
So it makes 21, natural gas makes 21% of the world's energy production, but only accounts for 4 deaths per terawatt hour.
Yeah. And
What's a terawatt?
And-
So that was how much energy it's producing by the hour. So a terawatt, that's how we measure energy production, is in watts. Terawatts is like 100,000 watts or whatever. Look what the tera prefix means. You know how there's mega and whatever? Okay. So tera might be 1,000 times watts. So every 1,000 watts per hour, we have 4 deaths.
So we only have 4 deaths, which I think is really good for the amount of energy it produces, and considering that it's lower than like biofuel, nuclear, and it's not lower than those, but it's basically the same and I don't think it's technically the same if these only produce 5.9.
No, you're reading it wrong, though. You can't compare the two graphs like that. You're comparing the 4 to the 12 and the 12.
Yeah.
You can't flip-flop. You just said you were comparing it to that 5.9. That's not the same graph.
Yeah, I know. This is a graph and this is a graph.
I know, but you just said that it's like 5.9. That 4 is like 5.9. It's not. So don't say that, please. That confuses your audience, and then they're going to mark it wrong.
For the amount of energy it produces and for the deaths it has, I think it's better because if hydro and nuclear do almost about 10% less than it, because this is 2, and then this might be 8% less than it, and the deaths isn't even close to 10% less, so that's why I think it's much better.
Okay. Done? Okay, it's your argument. So now the timer's back on, Charlie.
It has device breakdowns.
Wait a minute. Strong ocean storms and saltwater corrosion can damage the devices, which can increase the cost of construction to increase durability and or cause frequent breakdowns. This especially holds true with the increased complexity of this device. Okay.
So can you explain it to me what that means? I don't know what it means.
Well, I'm saying it's a device breakdown, which means it breaks a lot.
What breaks? It. What's it?
Or
The turbines.
the turbines.
The turbines break a lot?
Yeah, the turbines, which actually produces the energy, are breaking a lot, and they cost a lot of
salt
money.
water
Oh.
can get into them.
I get that. Thank you. All right, time is on them then.
That might be true, but since that they rarely break, and once it is built back up, there are very few costs other than
Yeah, it's just the maintenance. That's like
the
and that-
maintenance.
yeah, that's it. You just have to build it back up, which is
Yeah,
cheap.
then there's nothing else.
Well, except for
Okay. Done.
All right, your argument.
Fracking causes earthquakes, and people know how dangerous earthquakes are, and they've been really dangerous in the past to people and buildings.
We have a website, like we have a thing. for that.
Okay. So you can pause the timer, Charlie. You did it already. Good job.
So this is.
Yeah, you need to change the AV input.
It's
This guy.
um,
The source. Top one. Top. No, top.
it's when it was fracking.
Hold on, Emma. Wait till
Is there,
because we've got Luke trying to. He's just learning how to do it.
This is it fracking, and it had a big explosion that happened on the coasts, and yeah.
So what is fracking?
So it's like when there's this it's like high water pressure and like it can happen like in water, but then like other things can, like if people or animals like drink it, it can kill them. And so this is an explosion that happened like from fracking. So, yeah. That's it.
Okay, done.
Done.
Okay, so, to go with that, fracking does, cause earthquakes, but they are very minor earthquakes, and it's not like it's happening every day. It's happening once a year, not 20 times a year. It might not even happen once a year, and the fracking is very unlikely because it happens when the pipelines, because it's a spot in the pipelines, and when the pipelines breaks, the water digs into the ground, and that's what's causing it. But that's the only way we can get the energy. So it's either you cause a rated 1 earthquake, or you get 21% energy. Done. And then argument.
There are relatively few commercial installations as compared to other technologies, such as wind and solar farms. As such, additional difficulties in implementing these devices could arise.
So can you explain what that means to me?
It means that
Kiddos, if you do an argument, you need to know what it means. So I'm going to only take it from Ed. I'm not putting you on the spot, Ed, to make you feel bad, I swear to God. But if you're going to make your argument, you got to know what you're asking. So just put it in the best words that you know. And you can read over it if you need to. Go ahead. But kiddos, can you all take a note? Like if you say an argument, you got to know what it means. That's the only fair thing. Otherwise, you're just a puppet. I don't want any puppets. Take as long as you need it.
So what I think it means is that like there's few of them. There's not like tons. Like that's what I really think it means.
So what was the argument, buddy? I didn't understand it at all. So there's not very many.
Yeah, like
What?
Turbines. That.
There's not many ocean turbines that they've got for current or tidal power yet?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you want, Ethan?
To add to that, it's few implemented, which means there
Yeah, but more
aren't
people
that
go down
many,
the
and
way,
it
so
does
that's
not contribute that much energy. So if it doesn't contribute that much energy, and there are very little of them, what's the point of even having them if they're not contributing energy and there's only a few of them?
Okay, done?
Done.
Yeah.
Well, actually, to that, there aren't like that little. I mean, true, there's not a lot,
take one.
but the cost of a turbine for that is not very expensive because that and the maintenance is the only cost to get it. And you can, when you buy more, you can place it in a selected area.
You can place them anywhere along the coast. It doesn't need to be in this. It just got to be along the coast. So you can build more, and once you build them, you don't have to have much. There's not much cost in the long run.
Yep. I'm sorry, I know you wanted to add, but it was your minute. So that's the end of your defense.
Done.
I'm pausing it for a second. Thing that counts.
Natural gas emits CO2, and CO2 is harmful to the environment. Since we're trying to get rid of CO2, it makes it harder to get rid of CO2 when CO2 is emitted into the air.
And then we have a thing.
All right.
that Charlie's gonna-
So pause it for us, Charlie, please. Thank you.
So those are all the chemicals. Those are all the chemicals of it.
And CO2 is a big reason, is a cause of global warming, and we're trying to stop global warming.
Bless
So
you.
if we keep using natural gas, it will cause more global warming.
Yeah, it's like bad for the environment because the people who are trying to get rid of it, with more of it coming out from natural gas, it's really hard for them to do it.
Done. Done.
Done.
It does emit CO2, but it doesn't emit that much. It emits 45% less CO2 than coal and 30% less CO2 than oil. Done.
And then argument would be impact on fish, marine mammals, and birds, meaning it kills tons of animals in the water, and if some go low, they're going to have to probably close some turbines in these areas where these special fish live, because they might go extinct from these turbines. And we have a site showing how this happens, so can you pause?
This is tense.
It's the battle of the visuals. You both are doing great with that. All right, let's watch. We don't want to watch a ton, but let's watch a little bit. So this is,
So what happens?
yeah, oh, you're going to explain it. Thank you.
So there is these are very big fish, and this is definitely bad because this is just one turbine, and think about it, this is only 20 seconds of time with one turbine, and it's already probably killed 10 fish. So if you take theirs, and make more of them, which would take about, let's say you implanted 100,000, that's way too many, but let's say you did, and if you killed 10 fish every 20 seconds, that would be however many you have times like however many seconds there is in a day times 10, and that would obviously be, I think that's just not worth it for the amount of energy it produces, because I think fish are a little more important than 0.5% of energy.
Done.
Done.
Okay, true, it does kill sea animals, but it does not do any other bad things to the environment like polluting.
And also the areas are dammed off, so to try to keep the fish out.
Also, scientists are working on like new ways to prevent the amount of fish that are being killed by the turbines. They're trying to find other better ways to protect fish from that. Done.
Thank you.
Okay, so your energy source, like how we said with fracking, your energy source uses fracking, and that can pollute the water that farm animals drink, which can get them really sick, and it kills most of them. And that makes farmers lose their jobs. And it also doesn't just kill animals; it can get humans sick too when they drink it, because it goes into the water that they drink.
And it also, especially if there's a drought going on, which is happening a lot, that their animals and their animal products are their biggest source of money.
So they could go out of business and they could lose their money.
And here's a picture.
So it says
The fracking.
It says the millions of gallons of fracking fluid contain 632 chemicals. 25% of those are linked with cancer or mutations. 37% affect hormones, and 40 through 50% affect kidneys and nervous, immune, and
Cardiovascular.
systems, and 75% affect sensory organs and respiratory and gastrointestinal systems, which kills animals, and it can affect some of these organs and things to humans too. Done.
Well, this is true what you're saying, but I don't know if you're 100% right about all of that, because you didn't tell us an exact number on how many animals this actually kills. And not too many farms are located by natural gas fields or containers, which is doing the fracking. And the pipelines, they're building them very low under the water, and it's not killing that many animals. So I don't know why this is that big of a deal, because I just don't think it's that effective against animals or anything.
Done.
It's your argument, voice.
Then
the movement of noise, the movement of
attenders.
Wait, what? The movement of what?
Attenders.
Yeah.
Can you spell it for us?
ATTENUATORS, or point absorbers, or intake and movement of water in the OWC, and of overtopping devices could produce a loud, constant noise. This noise is unlikely going to be significantly louder than the waves would make on their own. So if you have these...
All right, tell me, do the so for me, please.
Huh?
Explain what you were going to say. Pretend there's no time limit at the moment because it's for me.
So if you have them near a coastal line where a lot of people like to take their vacations, this could kick people out of where they're, or not kick them out, but they might leave because they are hearing constant noises. And if you want to have more of them, you're going to have to change that because it's definitely making people want to move out of nice hotels near coastlines and making the water not be able to be swimmable.
Thank you. All right. So do you guys get it? It's loud.
Yeah.
I'm not being silly. I like the detail. I just didn't get a lot of the detail. All right. So it's loud. What's your response?
We don't really have a defense for that other than the fact that we have researched a lot about for defenses on that we have, and we have not seen one thing about sound.
But it could be true.
It could, yeah.
We just can't see. Yeah, we don't know, but it could be true.
Done.
Done.
Okay, so do the one. Wait, guys. Okay, yeah. I'll get the picture. Hold on. Go, Charlie.
The chemicals in the fracking can get into the water and it can be flammable. And so we have a picture to show you that
Hold on, I'm gonna Google that.
on how the chemicals in the water, and we have a picture of so you can find how you can see it.
One sec. There. So that's a picture of when the water it comes through the sink. It's flammable, so it can just like automatically light on fire at any time. And when it does do that, that can affect many homes and can make people not have any place to live.
Done.
Yeah, done.
Oh. I'm pretty sure that is true, but it showed that the person was sticking a lighter in the
water. He was showing. The man was. It was a picture of a guy using a lighter to actually light his water on fire, and they don't. And this is actually happening. This is only when it's by a power plant again, and the power plant fracking is happening because the water when it comes off the drain apparently is what you're saying is when if it hits a fire or something, it goes on fire. It makes it a worse fire. Anything said? Done.
Argument?
And then argument, as you said.
Your guys' energy source is very expensive to build. Here, done.
They might cost a lot to install, but after they are installed, then there are really no other costs except maintenance costs.
Which we've said before.
Maintenance costs are usually really low.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen much.
No.
Can we say something about that?
You may not. You may not. You can say it in your concluding statements. You know that's why we have them. Okay, so kiddos, we have time for 2 more arguments from each team. Will you both take time, so with no timer on, decide what your last 2 arguments are? You'll find out when we get there. Kiddos, I'm still wishing that my judges would show me that they're happy to be doing a fun project instead of a big, long research thing.
Actually,
Show me with your body language.
me and Abby were talking most of the
Yeah.
about how fun this is.
I'm glad you like it, but show me with your body language, okay? I really do believe that you're happy, but it is hard to do this all day, I know. Okay, let's just not leave it on the ground. Put it somewhere where I can find it later.
It's really fun to be with people out there.
Yeah, I know it, right?
It's actually okay.
Could it make it? No? Tell me when you're ready, please.
Hold on, we're checking one thing.
Okay. I'm not upset, Sadie. Go ahead. We're recording, but at the same time, we're kind of on a break, so. Get up. Yeah, I didn't pause it.
Could I go take a
I didn't think we'd need 10 minutes to get our last 2 debates.
Could I go take a
I'd rather you waited after our last 2. Guys, come here. No.
Hey, Mr. Solars, we're ready.
Thank you. That's my pen.
We're good too.
My rule is you can't use any of those pens in my class. Those are the ones that I buy, though. Okay, but here's the thing. You're not allowed to have any of those pens in this classroom because those are the ones that I pay a lot of money for. And a lot of kids say, oh, I bought these at home when they're very hard to find.
We're ready.
Go for it.
Whose turn is our
It's
turn?
your turn.
Your energy source contains 80s and 90% methane, which is a colorless, odorless, flammable gas and is very bad for the environment.
And it also.
Oh, he said done. I'm so sorry.
If you burn natural gas, it warms your house. But people are using it so that
Can you say your question really fast again?
It produces 80 to 90% methane, which is
Got it. So we have a site on that, so can you stop the clock?
I think you have to switch.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for you to show me with your body language that you're happy to do this instead of that different kind of project.
So wait, Ed, stop. So this is. Can you exit that? So this is burning natural gas, which you says is containing the 80 to 90% methane. Yeah. But this is also a great survival tool, I think, because if you're in the wilderness and you see like a natural gas leak or something, or let's say you just have natural gas or something and you see it or something. If you burn it, it creates a great source of heat, which is another a pro of ours because it heats tons of American households. So that's why it could be a great source of survival if you really need it. Yeah,
Okay, done. Argument?
Tidal power captures dirt, waste, and pollution near the coast.
And to add to that, collecting the pollution, you guys think ours captures tons of pollution, but I think yours is collecting way more pollution because people are polluting in the water, and this pollution is basically coming into your devices, the turbines, and is basically like spitting it up, or slicing this in half, which makes it sharp, and is also killing marine life. Wait, do you have to say? Stop it. Here. Do we have a certain amount of time to find it?
At some point I give up on you, yeah. I say, okay, good enough. It's more about organization than the time. I want you guys to be prepared.
Yeah, but it just like mixes up when you see the sites.
I get you. I get you. We can organize it differently, though. We can have links in a Google Doc. Can you reset it? Give them 1 more minute, and then that'll be their time. Yep, thank you.
Sam, let's just see. Okay, so we're done.
What's your argument? Because I lost it now. It's fine if
Oh,
they
the
didn't.
argument?
What's the argument? Isn't that your argument? That was an argument, wasn't it, guys?
Yeah, we said captures dirt waste and pollution
Yes.
near the coast.
Gotcha. Thank you. That's what I was just needing a reminder.
So it's basically worse pollution than
All right.
natural gas, I think.
Motion.
Done.
This is not completely true because tidal turbines must be in deep, a certain height water to work, and it might be hard for a turbine in deep water to collect things that may be miles and miles away.
And also, the turbines aren't the things polluting. It's the people not polluting, not the turbines.
The turbines don't have any like effect whatsoever to the pollution because it's not the turbines that are the ones polluting things. It is the people who are like what Charlie said.
Yeah.
Done.
Your last argument?
Your energy source is non-renewable and you can't get it back after you've used it once. Done.
Okay, we know it's non-renewable and you can't get more of it, but we did say in our opening thing that it's very abundant, abundant, which means decades of supply, and so tons and tons of gallons. So I believe it's 2,303 trillion gallons of natural gas, that is still in the U.S. And
it's very cheap.
yeah, it's very cheap, which is making it great because it's cheap, and there's a lot of it. Done, and this is our last argument.
Yep.
And your tidal power, it only produces power for about 10 hours of the day.
Are you done?
Done.
So it might not produce power all day, but during that time it is effective because it still produces like a large amount of energy. So it's like storing it, like, well, when it's not producing it, it's like storing it in the turbine, and then after the time is up, then it has a bunch more energy to produce for the next 10 hours. Done.
Okay. So you guys go into your hallway. You're writing down your notes for your concluding statements. Remember, you don't.
So first, before we say ours, we didn't actually bring this up last time. We have a sheet we found on the internet that says like easily transported, safety, easily used. So 5 the best, 0 the worst, or 1 the worst. So natural gas in energy density, we have a 4, they have a 3, so we're above them in there. And in easily stored, we have a 3, they have a 2. Yeah, can we project this?
Sure.
It's in our youth. Okay, so, hey, can you go up a little, please? So very good, 5, very poor, 1. So let's start on energy. I said this one, ours was keep on down it. Ours was a 4, and we're a 5 here. Ours was a 4. Theirs was a, keep on down. Oh.
I don't know. Did we see it?
Oh, down.
Yeah.
Ocean, waves, and tidal. Theirs is only a 3.
And then theirs is a 2.
And then theirs is a 2. Ours is a. Okay. So.
Yeah, what's this?
So then in easily transported, the only thing they have tied with us, or actually evened out with us, was actually in safety. Theirs was a 2, ours was a 2. And that's the only thing that they actually tied with us. And there's a summary of our score. Ours is a 3.1. Theirs is a 2.3. And ours is actually the best of all energies. And ours is our summary average is the highest, besides natural gas or coal and oil. Those are the only 2 things, and there's no one running against us for coal and oil. So now, on this. Okay. You want a good energy source? Well, you might as well get one that is cheap, abundant, clean, and has been running for a long time. This is why natural gas is great. Also, tidal power answers our second to last question about it captures dirt and pollution incorrectly by saying that it isn't possible for it to capture this because it is deep in the ocean. Also, yours tidal power needs a specific spot in the ocean. It needs to be very deep, meaning I think they said 30 feet below the water, and I think that is still capturing dirt. Also, theirs is very dangerous to marine life, and they did not answer that one correctly because them of saying that it had when it was capturing, it did not capture it too many animals because it is deep in the ocean, which also has to go with 30 feet below, but it's still capturing them in these specific areas could potentially sting certain animals and certain fish. It's why I believe that you should buy natural gas instead of a less needed energy source that contributes not enough energy for the USA to use in later years.
And you answered killed marine life by they're putting dams around it, and that will take a broom in the ocean, and the fish have to get less room if you do that, and eventually they'll die.
Done.
Done.
We did not answer that it kills less animals.
Yeah.
We answered that.
Wait, are you guys talking to each other?
Yeah.
You're not allowed.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. You're allowed to say anything after they're done. You can start your own thing, but you can't talk to them. You can talk to us.
We just want to finish the rest of the slideshow that we had for the natural gas. So first, these are the pollutants, the pollutants going in the air, and these are pictures that we found about them of all of the bad things going. And then the cost, it's sort of expensive to have. It's expensive to have the natural gas in general, but it costs more to drill it and spread it out to homes and buildings. We already did the CO2. And then this, I know we did fracking like the animals, but this is very bad because this is like the fracking that the humans drink here. And these are all the chemicals in it. And then this is the animal. And then the explosion. So that's all we have for that, and then for our ending. Okay. Thank you, judges, for watching us. We know that we are the best energy source. First off, even if the house is not too close to a power plant, it still can kill animals and humans because the water from natural gas carries in rivers and lakes where people and animals can drink from. Also, even if a lighter is used, water shouldn't be able to light on fire. Think about this too. Methane might be a good survival tool. What does that mean? Also, tidal power has no pollution whatsoever. It is also perpetual, like I said before, which means that it lasts forever with no help from anybody else. Done.
Okay, thank you. In the hallway?
Can I do another thing?
Nope. We've declared a winner of the debate. All right. It was our fourth debate of the day, first round. We had it between natural gas and ocean power. And our winner for this first round of the debate was ocean power. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulate each other, please.